All right. All right, all right, all right. I just want to welcome you to Hot Saucin. My name is LaDonna Raeh, and I'm one of your hosts. My other host is Eddie F. I'm waiting on him to get on. You know me, I will tell you the behind the scenes drama that we go through. So if you check me out on the LaDonna Raeh show on YouTube, you will see that I have the a spectacular Akai and Ray event on Sundays at 7 p.m. Central Time. Wednesdays is Toasting While Tipping. Thursdays, we're starting Hot Saucin', living in America while black. What is that like? Okay, that's what the show is about. And then on Fridays, I'm actually teamed up with my ex-husband, Warren Robinson, where we are talking about divorced or being divorced and dating other people, how to co-parent, how to communicate, what it took for us to get to the point of communication, how I got him to, well, he didn't unblock me, but how he got me to unblock him, or how I got to the point of unblocking him. Okay. So again, these shows can be found on YouTube. Go to youtube.com/ LaDonna Raeh and you'll find all of the programming. We came up with a bunch of topics that we wanted to talk about, like, why is it so hard being black in America? Why is it so hard being black, period? This is the question that a lot of people ask, including black folks. Now, let me see if I can get my guest on here because I don't know what's going on. He wanted to start this show and now I don't see him. We're going to give him a call. Hold on. We're going to call him right now on his phone. And remember, his name is Eddie F. It's ringing. It's ringing. Oh, you're not going to answer?
I'm sorry, the person you are trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Please try your call again later. Goodbye.
This is live television. Where, where is he? Okay, we're going to play the Where's Waldo game. Uh, yeah. Okay. So I'm going to harass him. I'm going to say, now I'm sending him a text right now. Hey, we are live. Where are you? Okay. All right. One of the topics we wanted to talk about, again, I wanted to introduce the show and let you know we are talking about what it's like to have that extra added layer of being African American, Black, Negro, and Niga. Okay. I don't like the N word. A lot of times we are referred to as the N word, and we also answer to the N word. But being Black, if you think about it, when babies are born, white babies are born, it's like, oh my gosh, a white baby, right? When a black baby is born, they are instantly labeled as a black male or a black female. You don't hear black baby, you hear black male, black female. Now, what does that sound like to you? Doesn't that sound like the description of a criminal? So he was about 5'6" or 6'1", black male. Okay. Um, was running down or was driving in the getaway car, black female. So these are terms that are used from from inception. Okay. Not to mention the lack of embrace for children or babies alone in our community actually affects how society sees us as well. Have you ever heard the term where, let's say, how you treat your brother is how society will treat you? Think about it. Back in grade school, if you had an annoying baby brother and you put your friends first before your brother, those friends will then start mistreating you and you'll be wondering why. But if you respect your brother and respect your parents' wishes of protecting your brother, those friends that you have will ultimately respect you for protecting your family. They may not realize why, but it's because they see respect, so they give respect. If they see disrespect, they'll give disrespect. It's so critical, people. You have to embrace. I thought he was texting me. You have to embrace protection of your Black community. All right. So I'm going to try Eddie one more time. I wonder if he's having technical difficulty. Hello. Hello. Oh, he got nervous. He got nervous. Hmm.
I'm sorry, the person you were trying to reach.
Yeah, he got nervous probably. I'm gonna throw him under the bus. I'm gonna throw him all the way under the bus. Hold on, let me see something here. All right, so let's move on. This is so funny to me. Now the other thing we were talking about is getting pulled over, not knowing your laws, not knowing your rights. We understand not, I can't ignore that call. We understand being pulled over while Black, but do we understand what that really means? Okay. So, understanding what that really means, you send your children out in the world and you have that while Black talk. Okay, son, daughter, if you ever get pulled over by the police, keep your hands on the steering wheel. Do white people have the same conversation with their children? I don't think so. They're just like, oh, you know, if you get pulled over, we're gonna call Tom or we're gonna call Auntie Mary. You know, she's a judge, and they'll throw it right out. But for us, it's different. When we get pulled over, we have to remember that we're Black because what we see is not how it goes. What we see as far as being just a law-abiding citizen is not how it goes for us. We can be a law-abiding citizen, but we have to do extra stuff to consider it equal. If that. Don't forget about the 3/5 of a human rule. It never went away. So being pulled over, you got to have that conversation with your son or daughter. If you ever get pulled over, put your hands on the wheel. Where are you keeping your registration? Where's your license? Where's your insurance card? Well, I'm old school. I've been keeping it in my glove compartment since I've been driving. That is probably not a good idea because now I have to reach into a blind spot to get what the officer's asking for. And he can light me up and say, weapon, gun, if he's having a bad day. Has this happened? Absolutely, it has. So, what do we do to adjust? What do we do to adjust? Do we protest or do we do whatever it takes to make it home safely? We have to do whatever it takes to make it home safely. I told my kids, it is your job to make it home safely. Always keep your registration and insurance in a, what is it called? It's a some type of zip or something that goes on your visor. I have to look it up. But you don't want to just stick it up there and close the visor and pull the visor down and it's all over the floor or it blows out of the window. There's actually a holder for documents. Okay, a document holder that you would put on your visor so that you can put your license, I'm sorry, your registration, insurance card, and maybe your license. Now, me, the license doesn't work in that area because I would forget to take it with me if I needed by using a credit card or to get into a bar. I didn't want to say bar, but yeah, okay. I have to prove that I'm over 21 because, I look like I'm under 21 from time to time. But if I get carded, I don't have my driver's license. It's in the car. So I keep mine on me. I actually keep mine in a clip like this. Okay. Um, and I clip it on my, if I have a skirt on a pair of pants, I'll clip it in my pocket or I'll wear it around my neck with a lanyard. But I have not been carrying a purse since the pandemic. I don't know why, but it feels like an added responsibility. Um, but that license and I'm sorry, that registration and insurance should be kept in a document holder on the visor so that you can say, announce your next move. Okay, officer, you're asking for my license, registration, and insurance. I need to reach above me where my sun visor is to give it to you. Yes. Also, if you reach for your license, registration, and insurance, if you are a concealed carry individual license, okay, you may want to tape that to the back of your license. This is what my instructor told me. You may want to tape it to the back of your license. This way, I have informed the police that I have a concealed carry. Okay. So I'm not breaking the law. I'm simply saying, hey, I'm not trying to, I have no intention. Just this is what's going on. But if you do not inform them that you have a weapon, then and they find it, it could be a bad thing. And if you do inform them that you have a weapon, like Philando Castile, it could be bad as well. So I think that suggesting it by giving them my credentials might be a safer bet. That's up to you. Okay, that's up to you. So, how to get pulled over while black is definitely a conversation to have with your black children, even if they're of mixed race, even if you're a white parent with a mixed race child. How the world sees them is what they are labeled as. Technically, you should be the race of your daddy. So if your dad is white, you could probably be considered white. But we live in a society where the one drop rule somewhere applies. Somewhere. It's not a law. It's not a rule. It's just called the one drop rule. If one of my parents is black, I'm black. But if I pass for white, can I say I'm white? Absolutely you can. There's no law that says I have to identify as white. I mean as black. There's no rule that says I can't identify as white. Okay? Because technically, I don't know where the hell I came from because my history was stripped. If my history was stripped, I have knowledge of who I am and I can identify the way I want to. If I can identify as being a man one day, which society has allowed now, then why can't I identify as being white, Caucasian, or any other race? Because we don't want to disrespect our community. That's why we do that. We say, okay, you know what? I'm not going to denounce my blackness. So I'm black. Yeah, you don't have to. Okay? There's no written rule. So I'm going to check out the comments. Are there any? Oh, we have no comments. Don't be afraid to type. So if you have any comments, you're watching Hot Saucin with your girl LaDonna Raeh and my host Eddie F. He's I guess he's out today because it's 8:16. But I've tried calling him and I guess he's having some technical difficulty, or he may just be still preoccupied. Yeah, I'm not showing that he. Oh, we'll move on from that. But however, I just really want you all to think about how you can navigate in our society safely. We don't have a class on how to be African American or black in America or anywhere else. But there are some hidden rules. Number one, you should know your rights. And you should know the laws of the state that you reside in or the laws of the state that you live in. I'm sorry, same thing. Land. That's what I want to say. All right. If you don't know the laws, anything can happen. I have a friend of mine right now that was protecting his family in a different state. And that particular state had a zero tolerance for what he did. And he did 5 years in that state, and he's not even from there, had never been there before. Guess where he's paroled to? That state. Where's his family? Illinois. Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, well, I bet you would have let that person, I don't know what would have happened. But 5 years? Because that particular state, New Jersey, is tripping? Not good. Not good at all. All right, what I'm doing right now, I'm going to send a few of these out to say, hey, check out our show. So let me grab this copy and send to here. So I use StreamYard to do my live shows. As I said, Mondays. Oh no, when I said Sundays. Sundays I have the spectacular Akai and Ray event. Wednesday is Toasting While Tipping with Boss Lady Plus 2. Thursday is Hot Saucin' with Eddie F. And Friday is, hold on. Oh, there we go. There's some comments. Friday is Divorced and Dating Others with my ex-husband, War. I called him War because we were always at war, but it's Warren Robinson. All right. All right. So what we got? Paula Leah says, it's so sad. This is my Paula Leah voice. It's so sad that we have to. And we have to teach our kids to not worry if they are right. Just shut up and comply. Humble yourself and let your parent fight back legally. I totally agree with this, Paula. As a matter of fact, I'm glad you mentioned let your parents fight back legally, because no matter how right you are, they're not going to say, okay, okay, okay. Take the cuffs off. Go home. No, they're going to really pursue this. It's going to go from a traffic stop to the end of your freedom or life. Now, I told my 13-year-old one time, there was some adults that were harassing my son. He came home and he didn't tell me about it, but the next door neighbor told me about it. I instantly put my flip flops on because that's all I wore that day. And I ran out the house. I said, show me where they are. Because I'm an adult. I'm a whole 47-year-old woman. Yeah, when it comes to my kids, I do not play. And with that being said, he took me to where they were. We had a discussion. They decided to talk to our children any kind of way because there were multiple black children. They were white. And I said, well, I'm laughing because at the time, of course, I wanted to, you don't, and you don't, and who do you think? But here's the issue with that. When you represent yourself as that person, shout out to Shaniqua's all over the world. But we're already we're already thought of as being that way. Angry black woman, here she comes. You won't win that fight. So now I have my Karen. I have to walk over there and I have to really slap myself into character. And as I'm sipping on my smoothie that I had in my hand, I say, "Hi, can I talk to you for a second?" It's like, "Sure." My children and their friends were walking the dog, and they said that you called them names and told them don't walk the dog over here on a public piece of land. I just had to check it out because I couldn't imagine that adults would speak to children that way. Okay, was that a good Karen? That was a good Karen, right? Is that a good Karen? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'd like to thank my mother and my father for teaching me how to be Karens when necessary. Although my mother was raised in the projects and she wouldn't have been Karen at all. Oh, I'm sorry. So this is how the dialogue began. They didn't say, well, now they're stumbling over their words. Well, what happened? When he walked over here, he was trying to antagonize my dogs. And when they did that, I told him to stop, get out of here. And I was like, oh, really? And so I asked my children, did you do that? No, we didn't do. Now I could tell by their reaction that they weren't lying. My children, and I let them go on about it. And then he goes back and forth with me and he's And I said, well, actually, the young lady that was with me was the same way. She said, listen, do you see her tone and her demeanor? I need you to match that. She's not getting loud with you. We're not even here to be disrespectful or anything other than that. We're just trying to get to the bottom of this. So we're making sure that adults, my age, aren't talking to children their age in the way that they described. It took everything in me not to just be ugly in this situation. I'll be honest with you. I wanted to slap the hell out of them. I just did. But my freedom is in front of my eyes too, because I know if I slap them, especially being white, and it'll be looked at as being unprovoked, right? Assault. They might, they're going to fall to the ground. I can't remember my name. It's going to get worse. It's going to escalate. Now I got legal fees. I lose my freedom. I possibly lose access to my children. All kinds of things can unfold from this moment of me having that satisfaction. I actually have a slap sound effect. All right. But instead of doing that, I kept my cool. And when I got done with them, they apologized to my children and me. And I let it be known that my children will be walking the dog, which was my mother's dog at the time, will be walking the dog on public property. And I also promised them that I will make sure that my children don't antagonize their dogs. That was it. I could walk away, but now before I walked away, here comes my mother. Things changed. Yep. They changed really quickly. My mother, I told you she was raised in the projects. We talking about Chicago projects. She's the most proper talking. She can go corporate, but she can also go gangster. Hey, I tried to save them, but when Linda D comes, it's over with. I won't tell you what she did, but it wasn't pretty. She didn't touch him or anything, but hey, she said what I wanted to say. Let's just say that. Gangster mama. Okay? But we can't always represent ourselves that way. All right, I see Fontaine saying, "Hey fam. What's up, Fontaine? How you doing?" All right, thanks for watching. You can't always be like that, right? Because they're not the police. They don't necessarily have a gun, but now you've picked up a charge. And now you have to explain that. Hey, my record is clean. I want to keep it that way. But don't mess with my kids. That record goes out the window. In this case, it was not something that was an imminent threat. Uh-oh, my best friend's calling. Let's see what she has to say. Hi, Gia.
Hey,
Hi, you're live on Hot Saucin' with LaDonna Raeh and Eddie F. What do you have to say about, you know, being black in America? Is it any different?
is it any different to be black in America?
Is it any different than being white in America or any other race in America? Is it different for us?
Oh, most definitely.
In what way?
A lot of ways. Um, I think the biggest difference is when it comes to being black in America, we tend to have a different mindset than other ethnicities, other races.
Mhm.
And it's a program mindset. We have to teach our families different than other races have to teach theirs. Just even with a prime example, the way we have to raise our boys.
Yeah.
It's totally different than other races. Other races don't have to worry about if you send your son to the store, he may not make it home because of a traffic stop.
Absolutely.
So
Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
no, not a problem. But I mean, I totally think it's totally different for us than other races.
Do you feel that we've been duped in some kind of way? Like we've built this country, right? We free labor all around. And now we're in a country that we can't even be free in.
Well, this is the thing. I don't think that other races have duped us. I think we've duped ourselves.
Oh, come on, speak it.
And the reason why I say that is because we get stuck in that thinking, the thinking that, I was just talking about. It's the stinking thinking, as I like to say. We've gotten stuck in this mindset of almost woe is me when it comes to certain things. And it's like other people come into this country, they pull their bootstraps up and they get to work and they do things to make it happen. We have that same opportunities to do that. We just don't take full advantage of them. And I think part of the reason we don't is because we don't educate ourselves to know the things that we can take advantage of.
Yeah, but as Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King said, how can we pull ourselves up by bootstraps when we don't have boots?
But we do have boots. Why do you feel that we don't?
Well, I'm just saying in terms of having a good head start, because think about it. Other races have had a different type of head start. We started in the negative, and it takes us a little bit longer, a little bit harder, a little bit stronger to get to where we need to get to. No? Yes?
Okay, so what truly equates a head start?
Well, free labor. I mean, if I were to here's my proposal. Reparations. I can guarantee you if they gave me 40 acres and a mule, I wouldn't water the grass. So that's not it. But if
We
you were to
we we if
what?
we got reparations, we had PPP.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. I'm done. I'm done. People
No,
are going to
it's the
jail
truth.
for they're going to
Well, let
jail
me
for their
say this.
PPP.
I said this. I said this when the loans first started coming out. I said this is the closest thing that Black people are going to get to reparations. You better figure out how to take advantage of it.
Yeah, but
Now,
people in
don't
the
get me wrong. I'm
projects,
not saying lie and scam the government, but
okay,
we just
because
didn't do the right things with the money.
I'm just saying, people in the projects and got PPP, bought Bentleys and Escalade trucks, and now they're in jail.
Well, and that's why jail, because they bought Bentleys and Escalade trucks. If they would have taken the money and invested it properly, because this is the thing. This is how I PPP. PPP was really designed to put us in a place where, if used properly, the government would still benefit off of giving you those dollars. So let's say, for instance, you took your PPP money and you started a business. The government is not coming after you for starting a business with PPP money. You don't hear about people getting in trouble and going to jail because they took the money and started a business. You hear about them getting in trouble and going to jail because they took the money and they were ignorant with it.
But wait a minute, I thought PPP was for income protection. Like you had to already have a business established, and you had to
True.
pay your workers, not start a
Okay.
not.
So,
oh my God.
Okay, so let me say this. Let's keep it real. This is you, LaDonna Raeh, but we're going to keep it real. We know a lot of people who took those funds did not have businesses existing already.
It's true.
I know people who had those funds because it really was about you paying yourself as an independent contractor or a small business owner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So I know I have people that I personally know who said, oh, I'm a fitness instructor on the side. So I qualify for $20,000 in PPP. But if you see them in person, they weigh 500 pounds. So what fitness are you instructing? Because you can't obviously be instructing yourself.
Well, they're telling people.
Saying.
They're telling people what to do, Gia. I mean, I can tell you what to do.
Well, no, that's not the case. They probably haven't seen the inside of a gym or anything else in their whole entire lives. But if they would have taken that money and let's say they put it to good use in a way that the government will recoup some of their money back by being able to tax you. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you start a business and now you've got viable income coming in and it's consistent, well, what happens? Now you're paying more taxes.
That's
so
true.
The government's not coming after you because they want your tax dollars every year. PPP was for 1 year. Your taxes are going to be for as long as you have that business.
This is true.
And you actually put your boots on with that because now you're in a different income bracket.
Yeah, but some people went and bought Louis Vuitton boots, though.
And that was the wrong thing. I saw the lines. They were wrapped down the street.
More Black folks than ever.
Yeah, and that was the total wrong thing to do with the money. Now, mind you, it went back into the government's hands still because you went to Louis Vuitton, you bought the $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 Louis bag, and Louis it's got to pay the government some form of taxes off of the profit that they made from you buying the Louis bag. So
Dummy.
the government does get some of the money back. But the thing is, you didn't get the benefit of the money.
Right. We got to think smarter. We got to think smarter. We are so excited when we have that kind of money in our hand. It reminds me of Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, when he put the ring on, he was like, oh my God. And when we get money in our hands, I'm not saying me, but when we get money in our hands, we get the big eyes and we think about everything we can buy instead of everything we can invest in for our children's children.
Yeah, it's kind of like my grandmother used to say, it's burning a hole in your pocket.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so it's even though you got the money, you want to get rid of it. You want to do something with the money. Now, don't get me wrong. I know some people who made some very smart, educated moves with funds that they received from the EIDL advances, the PPP loans, the EIDL funds as well. They did make some smart moves with them, and they put them in very good positions. But unfortunately, they are the minority.
Yeah.
When it comes to that, that group. Um, but I don't think reparations would help us because PPP showed that reparations don't work. Because even if you gave everybody their technical 40 acres and a mule based upon the value that would have for us today, we would blow it.
Yeah, I think so.
We would blow it.
I'm so glad you came on here. Why don't you tell everybody about your new business venture, Gia?
I wasn't ready.
You weren't ready? You want me to do it for
Yeah,
you?
you can go ahead, girl. You know you're good at that.
Well, let me tell you something. First of all, Gia is my best friend, even though we have been friends for over 30 years. We've been up and
Ooh.
down and all around. And one thing I can say about Gia is her business ventures are amazing. So it's basically she has the real estate company, she has the
Mhm.
transportation company, she also has real estate investments. I know I'm missing something, and she has Gigi Willikers, Gigi Willikers hoagies and wings, where she has hoagie bowls, hoagies, uh, fun food, like fun, fast, and what is our tagline?
Fast, fun, and delicious.
Fast, fun, and delicious. I love the concept. She actually had this concept in the South Loop of Chicago, which did
Hmm.
very well. And she decided to expand. And now she's out suburbs in Lansing, Illinois. And you guys can come through starting next week. Just
Yes.
look up ggwillow.com, the address up there. Catering is available. I watched her
Yes.
train her workers. I actually tasted one of the hoagie bowls just to make sure the consistency was there. I said, "Look, I'm critical, so you better make it right." He was like shaking and stuff.
Yeah. I
Yeah, yeah.
think you made him a little nervous. A
That's
little
okay.
nervous. But
That's what I do.
tomorrow I'm training them on the steak hoagie, which is your sandwich. So
I'm
you
coming
can come
through.
on through.
I'm coming through. Yes, the steak hoagie. I've never had anything like this. It's like pepper steak hoagie. I don't know what
Yeah,
Gia does
it's
to it, but
really
it's
good.
like a pepper steak hoagie. But it's really good,
Yeah.
guys. And you gotta stop by and try it. Go to the Facebook page,
Hmm.
and then tap in with current events in the menu. So do that. I think I said everything. Is there a phone number?
Yes, it is. So, but we're not open yet. So if you call, you just, but I'm going to give it out anyway because when we do open, hey, you are more than welcome to blow the phone lines up. You can call us morning, noon, and night. It's 708-889-6720.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, thank you so much, G. I know this was on the spot. You were probably calling me
Yes,
about
it was.
something else, but but you had so much good to say about this, and I really appreciate it.
Not a problem, love. Not a problem.
All right. Well,
Much success and many blessings in the show.
thank you, Gia. All right. Bye bye for now.
Bye bye.
Wow, this is what I'm talking about. So, as we, get perspectives from different people, I love it when they call me. I say I'm on the air, they don't believe me. But let's see what we got. We got Kevin Winfrey says, "Hello, LaDonna." Kevin, my D is capital. Okay. All right. Hi, Kevin. Good to see you. I was hanging out with Kevin over the weekend. We went to the Inglewood High School reunion. Oh my goodness. You'll see pictures on Instagram. Had a really good time. Thanks, Kevin. All right, let's move out. Oh, we got Regina Hall. The actress, no, I'm just kidding. It's Regina Hall, my dear friend out of Virginia. So glad to see you, Regina. I love how she talks. If she would have called me right now, I'd put her on the spot. For real, for real. But it's good to see you. Knows my D is capital, okay? All right, that's what I'm talking about. You're watching Hot Saucin' with LaDonna Raeh, and it's supposed to be Eddie F. I don't know if he fired already, but this is about being black in America. I know we have a lot of things that we're dealing with. We've watched George Floyd's, we've watched Breonna Taylor, we watched a lot of things, Philando Castile, and there's a lot of countless others, especially Laquan McDonald here in Chicago. So, but what? How do you avoid these things, and how do you train or teach your children? And what is it about being black that we have to do? Oh, Kevin, to capitalize my D. Thank you, sir. What is it that we have to do to make this work? Let me give a call to someone who just tried to call me. Hold on, let me see if they're ready. This is my instructor here. Let's see. I think I'm just gonna do a bunch of phone calls on this show.
Hello.
Hi, Brenton. I have you on my show. It's called Hot Saucin'. Can you talk live about, how to be black in America, or is this not a good time? I know I just put you on the spot.
How to be black in America.
Yes. Because you're the concealed carry instructor. So I'm telling you, it's a different animal with us in America.
Okay, now see that there's we could go a couple of different directions with that.
All right.
Now, where you want me to go?
Oh, wherever I just want your opinion. I don't want to guide it. I just want to tell the people what it's like to be black in America and how we should handle certain situations.
Okay, like what type of situations? Because being black in America, we who we dealing with? Are we dealing with us?
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, let's start there. How
See,
did
because
yeah.
to be black in America, you need to be able to be a chameleon. You have to be able to speak the king English when you need to, but then you need to be able to go there when you have to.
So almost like code switching.
Yeah.
I'm very good at that. Because I was just talking to them earlier and I said there was an incident where kids came home and I found out that, a couple of white people talked to them any old kind of way, called them bastards, and I had to put flops on because I had at my mother's house at the time, but they showed me where they were and I had a conversation with them. But I wanted to be Shaniqua, shout out to the Shaniquas of the world, but I had to be Karen. And by the time I got done with them, I got an apology out of them. You know what I mean? So, and I did reassure them that my children will be walking the dog for my mother in that very same pasture that they didn't want my kids to walk the dog in. So,
Right. So, are we literally live on your show right now? Is this censored? Is this PG-13 or
it's after 7 p.m. I mean,
Let me I can say what I want.
Yeah, you can say what you want.
Okay. Well, in that case, so you have to be able to switch it up when you need to, but there's that you don't always need to be aggressive. Now, case in point, I had a supervisor at work who talked kind of crazy to me in the middle of a staff meeting. I let the first one slide. I let the second one slide. When he did it the third time, I had to recognize where I was and I let the meeting end. And I calmly walked up to him with a smile on my face and nobody could hear what I was saying. And I told my boss, who had the power to fire me, I said, uh, don't let the education and the articulation and any of that fool you. Underneath all this shit lies a nigga that will take your fucking wallet. And if you ever talk to me like that again, one of us is going to have to kick the other one's ass. And it doesn't matter to me which. I've taken them and I've given them. I haven't had a problem with him since. I guess he realized that if he would say this to me knowing I could fire him, he means it.
Wow. And then what happened?
Oh,
did he turn red?
We've been the best of friends ever since.
Oh, you earned some respect from that.
Because we now understand each other.
Yeah.
But you don't pull that person out all the time. You don't want to get marked as the angry black person.
I struggle with that because I don't come off as being angry, but I come off as being too nice. And then when I have to turn it up a notch, now I'm the angry black woman. And it's so unfair because I'm not the angry black woman. I am simply stating my point. And I put it all in writing. So I CYA all the time. And we're talking about works. Yeah, I'm a teacher. And there are some observations that I've made, and I put everything in writing before I even have a conversation because I don't want anybody to say, well, she came in here, as you said, heated, right? No, I didn't. I came in with a point that I needed to make and bullet points and a conclusion and a resolution. So there, you can't argue with that.
Got it.
Wow.
Well, as it, you try to be nice, you be polite, be respectful, but if you have to go there, you go there, and then you switch back to this nice person like just as easily as you went black on them. You go back corporate on them, and then they look at you like, who are you?
Yeah, I think you got a point there. I think you do that in real life, don't you?
I do. You
Yeah.
you know me so well.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. That's funny. All right. Well, thank you so much for your comment and your perspective. And please don't forget to subscribe to YouTube. If you go to youtube.com/ LaDonna Raeh show, you'll be able to see this episode. Chris, you'll be able to hear what you sounded like and how serious you were. My goodness. But thank you so much for chiming in.
All right, my dear. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Thanks. Bye. All right. So we got another opinion. We got a female perspective and a male perspective. And let's see. Regina said yes. I think she's saying yes about having my D capital. I think that's what the yes was for. And she got a little laugh out loud there. But seriously, I want you guys to pour in and give me some thoughts that you have on some observations you've made because things are different. Just yesterday, different for us, I should say. Just yesterday, I got a phone call from used to be friend of mine. Then we're not friends anymore because they weren't very fair to me in a situation. However, they did call me to give my advice on PR. Okay, because I'm a publicist. And I get this phone call and they say, I went to Starbucks and I was there to meet the other parent of my daughter, and the other parent of my daughter assaulted me. Starbucks thing acted like they didn't see it. Not only did she assault him, she snatched his headphones and ran out the door and threw them out of the car onto the ground. Keep up with me. And so he's like, "Did you guys just see that?" And they're like, "Huh? What? What? We didn't see nothing." But another guy that was sitting there as a customer that he just happened to know saw the whole thing. I saw the whole thing, right? Starbucks failed to report this. The police was called by the individual. And when they came, Starbucks almost turned them away and said, we know nothing of an incident. They all watched it because they were talking about it. But they told the police, we know nothing of the incident. Now, if they know nothing of the incident and they're sending the police away because this man is black and his child's mother was black, isn't that something to look into? Like, Starbucks has a policy that they must report all incidents that take place in their store. Wasn't that an incident? That was a live incident. And they did not report it, nor did they even witness it or admit to witnessing it, I should say. So now he's stunned. Should I contact 257? And he asked them for the footage. They said they didn't have it. I said, let me explain something to you. You billion? You never ask for the footage. They're going to tell you anything to cover their behinds. You contact your attorney, and that footage will be subpoenaed. They'll have to turn it over. They said they didn't have footage. So what Starbucks do you know that doesn't have cameras? What? Starbucks has cameras if no one else does. They got more cameras than Ring Central, okay? So you have to understand that your position of being black in this store says a lot about how they handle your situations. Oh, this is just another black possible couple having it out. So we're just going to mind our own business. But your policy says report any and all incidents. What do you say about that? I think Starbucks should be held liable in some kind, accountable, I should say, accountable. Because although the man didn't end up on the floor bleeding, he was still assaulted. Yeah. Mattior says, "Good evening, lady, and everyone else. Hello, Matty. Thank you for chiming in." And then Fontaine says, "Wow." Like, yeah, I'm with you on the wow. I'm with you on the wow. Because you would think that one of the safest places to be is a happy go lucky Starbucks. I'm getting sick of this ish. I don't cuss on my show too much. But the two gentlemen, do you remember? They were sitting in Starbucks because they were about to have a meeting, a business meeting in Starbucks, and the police was called on them. This is taking me back, people. Now, this incident happened in Chicago. This just happened 2 days ago. 2 days ago. I told him to get on it right away. Right away. And he asked, should we submit this to 2579? After you consult that lawyer, yes. I'll help you with that for a fee. Yes. This is what we have to do, people. We can't take this and say, nothing really happened. That's how my baby's mama is. No, we have to hold even corporate stores accountable. Matter of fact, look around your neighborhoods. I'm not talking about the one you live in now. I'm talking about the one you grew up in. What makes it a mess? A mess. Just because they put a Starbucks on the corner doesn't clean up the neighborhood. Look at all these stores that are owned and operated by people that aren't even from here. Okay, I won't say the word foreigners. I just did. Why are they not required to edge their grass, clean their windows, and sweep the front of the store? Why is it that they can operate out of a neighborhood, a community of Black folks, and tear the value down by just the look and feel of their stores? Why is it that we still shop there? Why is it that we still shop there? I'll tell you why. It's convenient. Black folks love convenience. I love convenience. You'll go in there and hold your nose and still ask for a swisher. You'll go in there and dust the water bottle off just because you were super thirsty and you don't want to cross the street. But you vote with your dollars. You get people to respect your community by showing them who's boss. Your money. Your money is boss. I'm not eating out of that dirty store. I've seen stores that have their refrigeration right. The thermometer is in there, and if it's above 40 degrees, negative 40, I think. Yeah, negative 40, sorry. It cannot be, oh, you know what? It may, let me check. I don't want to say anything wrong. We owned a grocery store before. Required refrigeration temperature. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, 40 degrees, not negative. So 40 degrees. Keep the refrigerator temperature at or below 40 degrees. If it's higher than that and you're still buying those eggs are not properly refrigerated. That milk is not properly refrigerated. Please pay attention. Also, pay attention when you get home or before you get home. Make sure those bottles, like you buy glass bottle juices or juices in glass bottles, if the top, it's like a metal top and it pops up when it's been opened. I accidentally bought one at a Food for Less. My dad likes these Everfresh juices. And I just bought a bunch of them. I just hurried up, put them in the cart because we always in a hurry. I put them in the cart. I get home to my dad's house and I give him one maybe a few days later. The button is up and there's something in it. And I was like, whoa, did you open this? He was like, no. Oh my God. I don't know if somebody put that in there, but somebody put that in there. They opened it and dropped whatever that was. It looked gross into the bottle of juice. Just because you get it from the store in your hood or anywhere else doesn't mean it is safe for consumption. Check expiration dates. They will try to pull it on you. I have been literally in a gas station in a black neighborhood where they tried to force my gas to be a 93 octane. I paid for it inside. I went in with a credit card and I said, "Let me get, well, at the time, $98 on 7." Okay. I pulled the handle, put it in my car, and started squeezing it. And after I hit start, and I was like, "Wait a minute. It only Why is it on 93? I didn't choose 93. I didn't choose anything. They chose it for me. You know why? Because it's more money. And most people won't even notice that. I stopped the gas immediately, went inside. I said, "Hey, I didn't pick 93. I didn't pick anything. You picked it. Oh, so sorry." I said, "I need a refund for the difference. I wanted 87. I don't need you choosing the highest octane my vehicle, even though my vehicle does recommend it. But hey, I'm a single mother and I'm getting 87 today." He had to give me the difference. He could have fought me tooth and nail, but I would have brought it, I would have lit it up. I think I did a Facebook Live on it. So please pay attention because the color of your skin precedes you. People come to America already having a perception of who you are. And that's because of the media. The media says we're savages. The media says we kill our own soldiers. The media says we are unwed mothers. The media says a whole lot of negative things. We don't go to school. We don't finish school. We don't work. We're lazy. We hate each other. We hate ourselves. So if they're getting all this in the media and they come over here, what makes you think they're going to roll out the red carpet for you? Hell, we see it too. It's programmed in our music. Alphabet. You know what it says. Nigga. All of that's in the music. Hey, I'm jamming too. I grew up on Ice Cube. A mint is a mint, you know. I'm poor, I'm rich. What up? Yeah, all of that. But the title B don't apply to all women, but all women have a little in them. I know the words. Up on hip hop. Hip hop was built on conscious rap and gangster rap. Okay? That's what we had. But as I got older, I realized something. I don't like that word. I'm not a nigga. I'm not a bitch either. I am me. And if I choose to check the box that says Caucasian on the 2020 census, which happened 2 years ago, which I did just to throw them off, there's no law that says I can't check that box. And it wasn't to be black, it wasn't to be white, because my skin doesn't just change. I wouldn't change this for the world. It was to throw them off. Sometimes you got to shake things up. I just want to remind you, thank you so much for watching. I don't have any more calls to make. My co-host never showed up. I'm gonna get him. Hopefully he'll be here next week because I'm gonna ride him like for real. Okay. But anyway, I want to thank you for watching Hot Saucin with myself today, LaDonna Raeh. I'm your host. I'm also the host on the LaDonna Raeh Show, which I didn't mention. LaDonna Raeh Show interviews all those content creators from all over the world. And I just love talking to content creators. They can be just about any business owners, artists, filmmakers, directors, okay? All of the like. I've also met a recording artist recently. I went to a jewelry store yesterday, trying to find a few nice pieces, right? His name was Jakari. You check him out on Instagram. Got a chance to talk to him and meet with him and network with him. Also, shout out to my students at Illinois Media School. Thank you so much for inspiring me. You say I inspire you, but you guys are inspiring to me. Okay. I just want to thank you for that. But I am up to 5 shows. I went from having no show to having 1 show to now 5 shows. I love it. Okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. I hope that you enjoyed this. Hey, I can ramble, but I don't think I did. You will let me know. Put something in the comments to let me know. Make sure you go to YouTube because that is where it is counted. So don't forget, Sundays at 7 p.m., the spectacular Akai and Ray event with myself and Maya Akai. She is a sports fanatic and she's my co-host. On Wednesday, we have Toastin' While Tippin' on YouTube with my co-host, Boss Lady plus two. Yes, yes, yes. Where we talk about a lot of stuff. And we got the letter to LaDonna Raeh that'll blow your mind. And then we have Hot Saucin' on Thursdays at, did I give a time on Wednesday? No. Toasting While Tipping comes on at 8:05 a.m. Central Standard Time. All of this is Central Time. I'm in Chicago, okay? So we're Toasting While Tipping comes on Wednesday at 8 a.m. And then Thursday, we have Hot Saucing, and I think we'll come on at 8 p.m. on Thursdays with myself, LaDonna Raeh, and Eddie. And then tomorrow, that's when the showdown comes down because I will be on with my ex-husband, Warren Robinson. Yes, I will. We will be talking to you about how we got to this point and got out of this point. Okay, how we were able to co-parent successfully. It's still work in progress. Trust me, it ain't perfect. But we got out of a really dark space. A lot of parents out there are just stunned because they don't know where to go from here. They're not even coming to graduations because the other parent will be there. But it's your child's experience, okay? So we talk about all of that, and I'm telling you, I was in a hurry to get to this space because I blocked him for a year and he blocked me. I'm still blocked on his Facebook and all that, but it's okay because I'm not watching his Facebook anyway. All right, guys, that's all I got. That's it. That's all. Shout out to all of the people that have been really loving me and really supporting me. I've been praying for you just as well. I don't have to keep this going on any longer. Thank you to our callers, Gia Davis with Gigi Willikers, Hoagies and Wings, and Brenton Payne, who is the instructor at Illinois Concealed Carry. You can give him a call. I have the information in my previous video where he came on and talked about his concealed carry class. I love it. Also, Fontaine, we're going to be promoting you too soon as you tell me that the green light is ready. All right. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye for now. Peace.